Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about specific questions that will be on the test. I don't know. I think the test will be Thursday or Monday. I'm not 100% sure yet. Originally I thought it was Thursday, but I realized a lot of people is gonna be on swim meet, and there's soccer people is gonna be out, and probably last day of the school. Probably a lot of people just decide to take a long weekend, even though they have like 5 days off. Um, but other than that, I don't know. So I'll let you know decision today. But you're gonna have a review sheet today. So um, I will talk about this question. That's to say, hey, how do I find horizontal tangent of this? So let's start with factoring out the most negative. So let's say 2x minus 3 to the fourth power, and then 3x plus 5 to the third power. And let's just say, can you find horizontal tangent? Horizontal tangent. How do you find horizontal tangent here? So let's see if you guys can find it. I'll give you a moment before I start. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it to different color to show you. Now, I'll just give you a reminder. What kind of rule you're going to use here? Which rule? Product. What else? Product and chain. Okay, so can you do the product rule and chain rule correctly? And I show you different colors so that way I can show you more organized way to factor out something to make sure that you do something correctly. But guys, how do I find horizontal tangent? What does horizontal tangent mean?
Something equal to 0, right?
Something is equal to 0. What is equal to 0? Derivative. Because derivative is slope. And the slope is equal to 0. That means you have basically on a graph, you're looking at this place. This slope is 0 right here. Or something like slope is equal to 0 here. So that's a horizontal tangent. But that's only happen if the slope derivative is equal to 0. So at this point here, dy dx is equal to 0. So you had to take a derivative, set the equation equal to 0, and see how you can fare if you do this question. I just want you to take a derivative. Don't worry about horizontal tangent, but take a derivative with chain rule and product rule correctly. I'll give you a minute to do it before I go over it. And we're going to simplify it together. Let's start with the root of the first one. So did you guys do this? 4, 2x minus 3 to the third times 2. And then leave the alone here. Did you guys do that? Is this okay? And leave the first one alone. And do the second one, which is 3 times 3x plus 5 to the square times 3. Most people would forget the derivative of the inside. Hopefully no one forget that. So let's look at GCF. Do I have any GCF here between those two terms? Even though it looks like a lot more term, but it's actually just two term here. And the two term looks like this and this. Do you have any GCF I can factor out? Anyone? 2x minus 3 to the which power? Third, the most negative, right? So 3. And what else? To the second power, and then you're gonna do a bracket. That means you take out everything. The first one you got 4 times 2, which is 8, times what? 8 times what? 3x plus 5, right? Does that make sense? Because you only take out a 2 here, so you have 1 left. On the other side, I take out 3, so plus 9 times 2x minus 3. Does that make sense or no? And then f prime of x is equal to 2x minus 3 to the third, 3x plus 5 to the second, times 24x plus 40 plus 18x minus 27 is equal to 2x minus 3 to the third, 3x plus 5 to the second. That's going to give you a 42x plus 13. So I'm going to set each one equal to 0. And so x equal to negative 5 over 3. 42x plus 13 equal to 0. So 42x equal to negative 13. X equal to negative 13 over 42. So there was a 3 horizontal tangent here that you know how to factor it correctly. Are we okay here? So it has a chain rule, product rule. Do you need an extra practice questions or no? Okay, so that's fine. I'm gonna do f of x equal to, I'm just gonna name a number, 5x minus 2 to the 7th power times 2x plus 5 to the 5th power. And let's see if you guys can factor this correctly. Finding all the horizontal tangent, which is all the factor equal to 0. And check with each other, see what I get. check each other, see what they get. Once you're done, check your friends, see what they get. What you got? Vincent, you got an answer yet? What's the 3 different 0 you have?
2/5, -5/2, -1, 55/120.
135 over 120?
155.
They can simplify, right?
Oh yeah, it's -31 over. You can probably simplify.
Negative 31 over what?
24.
24. Wait, Benson, you got the same thing or no?
You just yeah, I just didn't simplify. Okay. 31.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So there's two aspects of a calculus. One is you can manage all the like tedious work, which is this part already training you to do that. Like imagine last year you were to see this, you'd be like, and that's not possible. Right? And this year you are doing this, so you are doing fine. So slate check. Everybody there, Asnine, did you got it? Elena, did you got it? Vincent can help out.
Yeah.
Is it Elena, right? That's. I just want to make sure I pronounce your name right.
Oh, you already said it. Yes, it's
175 minus 170.
So this part, everybody's okay? Emil, everybody on the table doing well? Okay, so remember each table responsible for your table mates. And so what do you get for final 2 over 5, -5/2? What else? Everybody agree? Okay, so that's good. So everybody got this. Also, I want to see if you guys know how to factor this. So, so I'm gonna give you, let's say, x to the x squared of 1 minus x to the 4th. I want you to factor out the most negative. In this case, this is the last week we did very similar questions. So let's see if you can factor out the most negative here. Yeah, did you right? You got it?
Absolutely.
Everybody okay here? I show you the work. Let me know if you have any questions. Joe, you got it? Amil, what's your question?
Only one bracket and one parenthesis. Percent.
I factor out 2x because they both have 2x. And I factor out 1 minus x4 to the negative half. So if I factor out that 2x is gone, it's outside already, then 1/2 minus negative 1/2 is going to be 1. So it'll be 1 minus x to the 4 for the first term. And whatever left, you got negative 2x to the 5th, but you already factor out 2x. So it'd be minus x to the 4th. And then you can subtract them. Question? Madeline, you have a question? This 2 combined is going to give you 2x to the 5th. Now, since you factor out 2x, then you have just the x to the 4th. It's decided to learn how to keep a track of things. Because you guys are no longer in like algebra 2 or pre-calculus. You gotta be able to manage like more algebra. So, yeah. Question about this part. Okay, so the next question is find equation tangent line. And remember last time we talked about the layer of the trig chain rule? So remember that 2 is means secant of 2x to the whole thing squared. So if you want to find equation tangent line, you must have multiple layers and check with each other with the trig values. A lot of you guys are still kind of shaky on trig value. I'm gonna always come back to ask you if you know your trig values. So this one's kind of hard. But if you know how to do it now, then your test should be fine. If you don't know how to do it now, you still have a chance to learn. Let's see if you can take a derivative right. Let's see if you can plug in a value right to get a y value. Let's see if you can take a derivative and plug in the slope. Then that's just a lot of plug in.
A little bit.
What?
Can you scroll up a little bit to the last one?
Sure. I'm so sleepy. There's 3 layer. Make sure you try the derivatives correctly. Or you want to make sure with me? See if you take a derivative correctly, you can. There's no product rule here. Secant square 2x, there's no product rule. Oh, you're talking about prior questions? Yes, yeah? You talk about secant square 2x?
The root of secant is an x 10x,
Right.
But then so if it's squared, then is it secant squared x times 10 squared x?
No. There was a layer. I think about, remember last week we talked about layer of the trig. So there's a 3 layer here. Draw the bubbles like last time.
Okay.
Oh. If you want to check your derivative is right, you can come bring it to me. I'll tell you it's right. Oh, that's very nice. Very good. Nice job, Joe. You still remember. No, that's wrong. Okay. Hold on, do it. Password. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see what you did. You don't need to. You do chain rule is easier. So you can do secant 2x parentheses square. That'll be easier. But I don't know if you did this one right. Secant.
Yeah, I see what you're saying now. I understand.
Chain rule is easier. You can do product rule, but it's not a good idea. Yep.
Was it?
Slate's doing right.
I saw you boom around. Then I'm gonna eat it. It's a lunch. With your phone, you're gonna eat it. And then you just ended up eating it. No, what difference a piece?
A piece, because like I didn't have anything, I didn't eat anything before. That's why like stuff was killing me.
Yeah, it kills your stomach. Never eat spicy food when it's too spicy. You don't have food to.
Hey, you can have it over.
She gave me crackers.
I need to plug in 5 or 6 minutes. I don't see. So 2 5 or 6. It's just one.
How much is that chip?
I have a 5 or
It was like $6 for each chip.
One chip?
Yeah, and then
It's like Carolina Reaper. That's Carolina. It's like 1.7 million total.
but it's hey, now you just you can do scam here. So
I remember when we were playing Roblox, how I was for my style.
The next morning, dude. I was okay to ask for it till like until the next morning.
I think he's running out. Did it for you?
Yeah, in the morning.
I think after the only went to the mountain class.
Oh yeah, I went like at night and in the morning.
The wild fun. I just the normal like dumb when the morning was done.
I mean, yours was just like chicken.
I had like a lot of stuff and everything.
And it would be
I had less surface area.
But yeah, just showing tender like the sauce. And like the light in here.
Okay, everybody done or no? Wait, did somebody say Roblox?
We were playing Roblox.
It's fun.
I actually just take away from my computer. There's no more Roblox in the house.
What if he does 10 push-ups?
Huh?
What if he does 10 push-ups?
You had it to be 50. What's so fun about Roblox? Who played Roblox in this room?
We were playing like a scary game.
What?
We were playing like a scary game on Roblox.
What
Don't hurt me screaming.
You heard a noise. Like,
Wait, what happened? I don't think Roblox is good for kids though.
oh no, definitely not.
Huh?
Definitely not good, yeah. You're gonna get addicted.
I think this addiction is so high. I think Minecraft I can understand, it's okay. But I think Roblox is like no. I told my son I'm gonna tell him to deactivate his account.
All in the skin.
Out of skin, yeah. He had a dramatic breakdown. He thought that he can trust somebody. So if somebody like bombing him, like just say you can do this, I'll give you this item. And then they end up he's the one that trade first. And then they just like adios. And he was like he had an emotional breakdown. I was like, dude, you're an idiot. Why would you trust anybody online? Huh?
You got scammed.
That's so sad. Like one rule you should never trust anybody online. Like you never met.
Oh, never happened. You want to go off then?
That's good. That's a good lesson to have. All right, so let's take a derivative of this. So in order to take a derivative of this, I want to get like 2x and then square like this. So I will show you that there is a first layer, there is a second layer, and there's third layer here. Did you do that? So don't do a product rule because I think product rule is much complex and you're more likely to make mistakes. So be 2 and the secant of 2x, and then you finish with the 2 secant of 2x. Now you have to take a derivative of next layer, which is secant of 2x times tangent of 2x and times 2. And that's the layer what happened. So now if you work everything out, it's going to be 4. It's going to be 4. And then secant of 2x. I mean, I can do secant square of x, but I'm just going to write down secant of 2x. That way easier to see. And I can plug in pi over 6. So f prime of pi over 6 what will happen? 4 secant, well, pi over 6 times 2 is pi over 3, so it's going to be pi over 3 here. Secant of pi over 3, tangent of pi over 3. What is secant of pi over 3? 2, good job. And 2, what is tangent of pi over 3? Radical 3. Wow, good job, Yosel. It'll be 16 root 3. So that will be my slope. But I still need y value, so it's f of pi over 16, pi over 6. So it'll be secant square of pi over 3. And that's equal to 2 squared, that's equal to 4. It has really nice answer. Y minus 4 is equal to 16 square root 3 times x minus pi over 6. And there we go, equation tangent line of really difficult questions. Any questions here? If you know how to do this question, this is going to be 3 questions on the test. So there's going to be something like this, something like this, something like this. For sure. Any question about this?
To find the y, why would you plug in the pi over 3?
I didn't plug in pi over 3, I plug in pi over 6, but pi over 6 times 2 is equal to pi over 3.
Oh, okay.
Because secant square of 2x, right? So 2 times pi over 6 equal to pi over 3. So I can secant square pi over 3, so that's equal to 2 squared. So at this question, I test you 3 elements. One is, do you know how to do your chain rule of the trig functions? Second element, do you know how to find equation tangent line? It could be normal line as well. So think about what is normal line. And third thing I'm testing you is if you know your trig value. So 3 element into 1 question. Very good question. Yes, Amio?
The layers thing only happens to trig, right?
It happens to every kind of function, long as something is composite. In this case, it's composite function because 2x is within the secant of x, and secant of 2x is within the x squared. Yeah, so that's 3 layer right there.
But if it wasn't trig, then there would only be 2 of it. It's just quiz.
Yeah. If you like x squared plus 1 to the second power, it'd be 2. Parenthesis x squared plus 1 to the first power times 2x. Yeah, that's fine.
But as far as like bringing it over and over, that's always
Probably more likely. Is the time up?
We have 1 minute.
Oh,
We're
darn.
Not true though. I think it's